Let's get straight now to our program this evening. We're asking whether it's time for Anna Hazare to call off his fast in the light of the fact that it has been a day when his campaign has won, it's prevailed. The Parliament will be debating the Jan Lokpal Bill along with other versions and other suggestions that have come on the Lokpal Bill, whether it's the government's own version or Aruna Roy's version or any other input. In fact, you can take part in our debate online. Our webpage ndtv.com/buckstops here is open for your comments. You can, of course, tweet me as well. We run the best tweets through the length of this special program. My Twitter handle's @bdat. And let's introduce our panel now. Joining us, Ashwini Kumar, Union Minister. He's, of course, going to explain a little bit about the government strategy, which seems to shift day by day, minute by minute. Also joining us, Dushyant Dave, Senior Advocate with the Supreme Court. In the studio with us, Shazia Ilmi, journalist, but also tonight member and representative of Anna's team. Joining us, Sadhguru Jaggi Vasudev, a spiritual leader who we also saw at the Ramlila Maidan supporting Anna Hazare's campaign. And with us, Professor Aditya Mukherjee, Professor of History at JNU. Ashwini Kumar, if I may start with you, could you explain to us now an area on which there remains ambiguity? Are we going to see a bill placed in Parliament tomorrow, which is Anna Hazare's bill, that borrows a little bit from the other bills, including the government's bill or Aruna Roy's bill? Or are we going to see a resolution that will talk about some of the contentious areas of differences, whether the Lokpal, for example, should cover the states, or whether the Lokpal should cover the lower bureaucracy? Because that's what Anna Hazare is really waiting to hear. Ashwini.
Well, I can say with certainty two things to you. First, tomorrow's session is a logical sequitur to what the Prime Minister today announced, namely that the government is prepared to have all suggestions for an effective and Lokpal bill to be discussed first in both houses of Parliament, the conclusions whereof will then be transmitted to the Standing Committee. Now, my sense is that not only the Jan Lokpal Bill, the government version of the bill, Jayaprakash Narayan's version of the bill, Aruna Roy's version of the bill, and any other version of the bill, or any other suggestion that are relevant and germane to the establishment of an effective Lokpal institution will be the subject matter of discussion. I don't think there would be any artificial restrictions of what you can comment on and what you cannot. The central idea of the Prime Minister's statement was to say that he is not standing on technicalities. If the major issue of the Anna Hazare camp was to fast forward the process and to have the entire Lok Sabha in its wisdom discuss the bill, or the entire Rajya Sabha in its wisdom to discuss the bill, he has no issues with it. And I'm given to understand that a discussion will take place tomorrow. This is really an offer for national reconciliation. It is a signal that the country has to come back from the brink, back from an atmosphere of confrontation to dialogue, to consensus. After all lawmaking is eventually in the realm of Parliament's jurisdiction.
But Ashwini, you made a very important point about not standing on procedure or technicality, and many people would say that in a sense it was a failure of politics that led to this crisis, and only good imaginative politics, honest politics, humane politics could redeem this situation. Why after 10 days did the government wake up to the fact that technicality and procedure was not the response to this growing crisis?
Now, let me just clarify this. I'm not saying that technicalities and procedures are completely irrelevant. Procedure, as they say in law, is the handmaiden of justice. Procedures are intended to subserve a substantial cause, so they're not entirely irrelevant. And that is why the procedure of the Standing Committee is a relevant consideration, and I'm not at all for a moment discounting its relevance. All I'm saying is that considering the overall situation, if the impasse could be settled or resolved by first going to the both houses of Parliament and then reverting back to the Standing Committee for deliberating upon what emerged from the debate in Parliament, so be it. And considering the sensitivity of the nation, considering that the Prime Minister himself has identified the Congress Party, the UPA government himself, entirely with the national sentiment on the issue of corruption,
okay,
I think he wanted to send a message that he did not want any matter of procedure to come in the way of that substantive message that he wants to send out to the nation. Allow me to say this, Barkha. I think his statement is defined by the delicacy of political judgment and the morality of politics that has always been uppermost in his mind.
Okay.
And he has said it in so many words
Ashwini,
that he is going to think out of the box.
Yes, I'm
and
actually
he
coming
wants
right
to
to
resolve the situation.
Ashwini Kumar, can I just bring in Shazia now? Yes, I'm coming straight to you with just a question of my own. You've heard what Ashwini Kumar has said, and now we're all waiting. The country is waiting to see A, what happens in Parliament, and B, whether this is enough for Anna Hazare to call off his fast. There has been a little bit of ambiguity from what we're hearing from Anna Hazare's representatives, namely this statement that we are waiting to see whether there will be a resolution on some of the contentious areas of differences. Are you actually saying that Parliament has to agree per force and give that guarantee before Anna Hazare will call off his fast? And if so, is that fair?
Let me respond to what Mr. Ashwini Kumar just said. We welcome the gesture of reconciliation from the Prime Minister, but it was preceded, it came too late, and we saw a series of flip-flops that happened before that. And that has led to this huge trust deficit. So it's important right now for Anna, Team Anna, and all of us who are behind him to know whether how things will pan out tomorrow. We wait with bated breath as to how things will unfold tomorrow.
What are you apprehensive of?
These 3 points of contention, these 3 contention issues, we just want to know what our parliamentarians feel about them. Let there be an open debate. Our demand was to table the bill. It can't be tabled on standalone. But there are 3 other bills. We're fine with that, really.
NDTV's cricket app, Android and iPhone. Fastest scorecard, special analysis, and much more. Download free. ndtv.com/apps.